It is the star of the show, straight from the silver screen, the cinema sickness, the Hollywood horror, Lexi Gomez. And you're listening to OTS Project.
And so that's what I'm saying, bro. I'm sitting there, I'm trying to go through this desert, figure out where the hell I'm at, you know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden I see this giant sandworm come flying by, and there's people riding on this damn thing, dog. There were people on the giant sandworm. How crazy is that?
You you need like a week off from these adventures, man. You're going on so many random whack
I
ass
think
fucking adventures.
I
I
need
think you need
to
vacation or something.
no, I think I need
Yeah,
to lay
hey,
off.
where's the week where Kyle Bridger goes on a cruise and just enjoys himself for the week?
I think
Where's
uh
that
I
weekend?
think I just need to lay off the mushrooms, I think is really what it is. I think that's the bigger issue.
Uh, you know, who's to say you can't do both?
That's true. Maybe I'll go on a cruise with mushrooms and then I'll have a story to tell off of that. Or I won't make it
That's
back
not as
because
funny.
I'll throw myself off the side of the boat and be
That
lost
does
to the
not sound
sea.
as fun. That's still a story.
It is a story if for you to tell because I won't be here to tell it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to OTS News episode 50. Full transparency. It might look a little different here. It might sound a little different. I don't know. We normally record with Riverside, and I don't know what's going on with Riverside or if it's just me. But last week we recorded a whole episode, and for some reason my end just did not want to upload, and so I tried again this week just to test it out. Same thing's happening. So we're testing out Zoom, which is kind of annoying because there's like a 40-minute time limit, and we have to keep restarting this shit. But hopefully we can figure out my internet issues or whatever it is, and we can be back on Riverside because I really enjoy that platform. But yeah, welcome to OTS News episode 50. Today on the Gambit, we got a lot to go through. We have the return of the OTS showcase, of course. We got a new trailer for the Maul TV show. I think it's called Maul Shadow Lord, right?
Yep, that's correct.
We got a new trailer for that. We got some news on some sequels that are coming, some wanted and probably some that are unwanted. We got a trailer for Dune 3, which is crazy. We got a little bit of news about Star Wars and Fortnite. And our big discussion this week is going to be the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer that just released a couple of days ago. And I believe is already the number one most viewed Spider-Man trailer of all time.
Really? That's
There was something I
wow.
didn't fully see what it was. I don't know if it was just Spider-Man or Marvel or superhero. I'm not sure, but it broke some record for something. I know that within like 72 hours or some shit like that. So that seems to be
Yeah,
par for
that's
the
fine.
course with a lot of these superhero trailers, though. It seems like every trailer that comes out kind of breaks some sort of record or conquers some
That's
sort of
true.
thing that they previously
Well, I mean,
had.
If there's any hero that's gonna do it, it's gonna be Spider-Man,
That's true.
100%.
But before we get into all of that fun stuff, Theo, what did you do this week, my friend?
Nothing.
Hey.
Not much. Not really much going on. I gotta say, I'm still watching The Boys. I think I've caught up
The
to
boys.
somewhere early, season 4. I think I'm somewhere around there.
Yep, yep.
I'm also trying to pick back up where I left off in Lightspeed Rescue. That's been pretty fun
Ooh,
getting back into that.
nice, nice, nice.
Uh, but other than that, I don't think anything else. You know what? Actually, huge thing,
Uh-oh.
huge for literally not a single other person on this planet but me.
Okay.
I've been living here for a few years now, and I
Yep.
have the standing fan that I use to cool down the room,
Yep.
especially on like hot summer days and stuff like that. You kind of need that kind of thing going on.
Right,
I have it
right.
at the perfect angle now to where it
Ooh.
hits my bed. I have not been sleeping this great in a
Mm,
while because of
mm.
how this fan is busy. It's perfect. But
Right,
I'm not even touching the thing anymore. I will not touch it again
right.
because it's just in the perfect spot and I don't want to mess anything up. But
All right.
that's the big thing right now.
I'm a fan sleeper as well. I have y'all might be able to see it back there. I have a fan and I have a ceiling fan. I have both running all day, every day. Because I'm a big dude. I run hot, very hot. So I also, people like to mess with the thermostat and stuff like that. So sometimes it's a little hotter than it should be. So I definitely need two fans to be cooling me off throughout the day, but especially at night. Man, sometimes I got both fans blasting. I sleep. Most people aren't supposed to sleep with a comforter or whatever. I sleep with the comforter. I like the big comfy
I
blanket.
like the company. Yeah. Yeah.
So sometimes you get into bed, it's nice and cold. The comforter is like freezing cold, and it is like heaven. It's heaven on earth. It's the greatest thing. I will say there are some days that I do wake up congested as all hell, and I think I'm sick, and it's not that. It's just that I had two fans blasting in my face all night. Um,
That'll do it.
That's about all the issue. I'll take the comfort in the cold over a couple, an hour of congestion in the morning sometimes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. As for me, nothing much going on. Still creating in 2K. Still playing a little bit. You and Wyatt did come over this past weekend, this past
We
Saturday.
did. Me and Wyatt had a 5-star class. We had a
Yeah.
reversal fest like nothing else, man.
My God. So we recorded our next set of podcasts, me and Theo, and after we were done with that, Theo, I was like, hey, let's play some 2K because you hadn't played it. So Theo played a little bit of 2K. We were gonna finish watching Power Rangers because the night before Wyatt and I had watched the Mighty Morphin and Turbo movie, and Theo had
Mhm.
not seen the 2017 movie. And he said for some reason he had seen it at like school in like a free period or something like that, but he didn't remember
Okay.
much of it.
Right.
So yeah, that's what we did. We played a little bit 2K. Wyatt came over. You guys had a reversal fest. It was like literally the craziest shit ever. You and I have had some bangers in 2K16 and shit like that,
Yep.
which I
Yep.
still do think were better than you and Wyatt because you and Wyatt didn't even get any moves in. You guys like got one singular move in each, and then somebody
Right.
just didn't kick out. Um,
Yeah.
Whereas when you and I would play, we would be reversing like crazy, but still somehow hitting moves on each other. Shit was
Yeah.
that's wild. I wish I had the recordings of some of those matches because
They were
man,
crazy good,
we
man.
went wild. So yeah,
Yeah.
did that, hung out with you guys, did some reaction videos. Those are on my YouTube channel if you guys want to go check those out. That was a
We
fun
also
time.
watched Forever Red again.
We did watch Forever Red again because Wyatt hadn't seen it. Absolute peak. There's another video
Peak.
for Forever Red on my channel too if you want to see Theo's new reaction to it after he's seen a couple of seasons and Wyatt's first time reaction and my 50 millionth reaction to this episode. We also watched the Legendary Battle too, which was kind of fun. Not a great
Yeah.
episode, but it was
No.
still cool for you guys to see kind of a shittier episode of Power Rangers, I guess. It was cool to see the people come back, Tommy and whatnot, but the actual
Right.
story of the episode is pretty trash. Yeah, other than that, hanging out. Tuesday, we had our St. Patty's Day dinner, which was pretty fun. We had my family come over on my mother's side. Logan came over. Haven't seen Logan in a little bit because he's off at college, so he was with us. His girlfriend came over, who I only met one other time. She's super sweet. And then Wyatt came over, had some dinner with us, kind of hung out. We watched The Other Guys because Logan and his girlfriend had never seen The Other Guys. So we watched
Crazy.
that. You know what's crazier than not seeing it is the fact that they both watched that movie, and I don't think a single time they laughed. I don't think they laughed at all. I don't know
What?
how it happened. Logan laughed a couple times because
That can't even be possible.
Logan has similar, comedy to me and you
Okay.
and whatnot. So he laughed a few
Right, right,
times,
right.
but his girlfriend did not. To the point where towards the end of the movie, I was like, Leticia, bro, are you good? Because you have not laughed a single time watching this movie. Um, so yeah, that was
That's
weird.
insane to me.
And then we watched the movie Fury. Logan loves those kind of like action war movies, and I had seen that movie before,
Mhm.
so we threw that on. So yeah, that was kind of my St. Patty's Day. Had a fun time with the fam.
Nice.
Yeah, other than that, just been chilling, just been hanging out. So yeah, our song of the week though. Let's dive into our song of the week. All right, Theo, your song of the week. Fun enough, Theo has been I figured out you can collaborate on playlists. So on YouTube Music, where we have our playlist, Theo now has full control over his own playlist, so he'll be adding his songs. So,
It's all mine.
so Theo,
I mean, it
what
was all
is
mine already, but now it's all mine, really.
now I don't have to do anything. So Theo, what is
Now
your
I'm doing
song
all the work.
for the week?
My song of the week is going to be Take the A Train by Duke Ellington. I think this was one of the first ever songs of the week I had on
Hmm.
this podcast, but
Okay.
I'm adding it back in because it wasn't on the playlist, and it's like my favorite jazz song ever. And I need some jazz songs on here because I'm a
course.
huge jazz fan. I love jazz music, and I gotta represent, you know.
Of course. Of
So
course, of course.
that one's the first of many that are going to be thrown up in this playlist.
Right. I do want to add to our song of the week playlists. I got it together in my head and said, hey, because I copy and paste our links into the description every week. So I said, hey, why am I not doing that and putting those links in? So if you go into the link of any of our podcasts, you will be able to find our song of the week playlist. Two separate playlists, one for me, one for Theo. So if you want to hear those, they are in the description. So go check that out. My
Multiple
song
bangers.
of the week is going to be my ultimate group, my girls, my favorite La Seraphim coming back into the playlist with the song Sour Grapes. It's not a new song. Not a new song. It's been out for a while, but it's a song that like I'd heard but kind of slept on. You ever have those songs that happens to me all the time where like you hear it from one of your favorite artists and you kind of just like, oh, okay, and you just don't care about it, and then you just hear it again and it just something changes, something just clicks, and
This
you're
has
just
happened to me
like,
multiple times with Gorillas. Yes,
yes, it happens
absolutely.
to me with everybody, with The Weeknd, with Ed Sheeran, with Michael Jackson, now with Le Sserafim, where I heard Sour Grapes and I was like, it's okay, and then I heard it again, and the past like month, this is like one of my new favorite Le Sserafim songs, so that is in my playlist. I love it. They have a comeback that's coming in April. I'm super excited. They're dropping a new song. They've been teasing it a little bit and hinting at it, so I'm super excited. It seems to be party slash celebration themed, if the hints that they're dropping are
Ooh,
to be believed. So I'm excited to see what they're going to come up with. I also changed the poster. I have my Le Sserafim poster back there. I actually switched it to another one that I had that kind of has like more of a close up on their faces, so you can kind of see them better. So yeah, that's my
nice.
song of the week is going to be "Sour Grapes" by Le Sserafim.
Who doesn't like grapes?
That's true, bro. I tell you, man, because in the K-pop world, you have like your bias. I've told you, like you have your bias in a group, but then you have your
Hmm.
ultimate bias, like out of every thing, and then you have your ultimate group. They're everything. Yoonjin is my ultimate bias of everybody, and LE SSERAFIM in general is my ultimate favorite K-pop group. They have so much content because they just film like they have like different little shows that they do on their YouTube channel, like of them doing activities or just a vlog or whatever. Any free time, I'm just watching these videos on YouTube. I literally just watch the Seraphim videos like all day on YouTube. It's all I do. I love these girls so much. They're super funny, super cool, and they seem like the sweetest people ever. So, all right, it's time for our favorite time of the week, our weekly blind rank.
Bum, 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 bum.
I am starting this week. Shut your
Oh wow.
mouth. I'm starting this week. All right, so I feel like we may have done this before, but who cares? We'll bring it back around. Seeing as how our discussion is going to be the brand new day trailer. Theo, what do you think you're going to be blind ranking this week?
I hope it's not spider suits.
It's not Spider Suits. It's going to be Spider-Man movies. It's going to be strictly Spider-Man movies. I
Oh,
do feel like we may have done this
okay.
before. Um,
Probably.
but again, who
It's
cares? We'll bring
probably.
it back around.
We'll
It's
do it
bound to
anyways.
happen, guys. It's bound to happen that we bring it
Hmm.
back around. So, starting off, the one, the only, the one. It's going to be the one that started it all. Spider-Man 1. Probably my favorite Spider-Man movie.
Mm. Gosh. You know, the first one is always the hardest to rank because you never
Mm,
know what comes next.
that's true. And that one is a banger.
That one is a banger, but there definitely are some heavier hitters in there, I
Right.
would say, in my opinion, for
Mhm.
sure. So I'm gonna say, ooh, three. I'm gonna
Ooh,
put it
all
at the
right.
three spot.
It's a little low for my liking, but it's your list. So, all right. Your second one is gonna be Spider-Man No Way Home. It's up there. Another banger.
Ah,
It's a banger, and I know
ah,
bangers.
it's a banger, but like there are bangers that I got higher than it, man, and I just don't know if they're coming or not.
Should I throw you a bone? I feel like I may need to throw you a bone
No,
here a little
don't
bit.
throw me a
No?
bone.
Okay. All right.
Don't you
All right.
fucking dare. I need the challenge.
All
I
right.
need it
I'll
because if
keep
I
my
fuck up, if
I'll
I
keep
fuck
my
up, I need that to be on
all
me.
right. I'll keep my bones in my pocket
Okay. Keep your bone to yourself. Um God,
then.
I feel like I'm gonna throw it in the fourth spot. I don't want to throw it in the fourth spot, but I feel like
Oh,
I gotta. I feel like I
damn.
gotta. I feel like I
Brutal.
gotta.
That's brutal. All right. Your next one is going to be The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
There is only like I think maybe one or two other movies in this possible category that I would put above it. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if they're coming. I don't know if they're coming. But do I wanna take the heat
Mm.
and the more than probable fire for putting TASM 2 at the one spot?
Oh my God. That in itself should have told you not to put it at the one spot. I'm sorry. That was
You
crazy.
know, I think for my own personal safety, I will put it at the two spot. Even though
Okay. All
I will
right.
probably still get flack for it anyways,
This
but
might be. The hardest, craziest, wildest take blind rank we've ever done for you, or in
Yeah,
general.
for sure. For
All
sure.
right,
I love Tasm too. I will always defend that movie.
you and only you. All right,
Hmm.
your next one is gonna be Spider-Man 2.
That's the one. That's the one. I cannot for any reason put that at the 5 spot. That has to be the one. It's so goaded.
Mm,
It's so goaded.
it is. It's pretty good. All right, your last one. I feel like it might fit in your 5 spot, right? That's what you have left.
Yep.
It's gonna be Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah, I'm actually perfectly okay with that. I'm not too high on Homecoming.
Mm,
It really is just carried by Michael Keaton in my opinion.
mm, really?
But yeah, there's
Huh.
really honestly not much outside of that I really care about in the sense of that movie.
Okay.
Uh, I feel like it's a little more weak in terms of all the Spider-Man movies. It's not my least favorite, but I wouldn't be too high on it.
All right.
So
What
five's
was
okay
your
for me.
list?
Spider-Man 2 at the 1, TASM 2 at the 2, um, Spider-Man 1 at the 3, No Way Home at the 4, and Homecoming at the 5. Do I agree with that?
Mm,
You know what? I'm gonna put No Way Home above Spider-Man 1. I think that's the only thing I change.
okay. All right. If
Because
I
I think No Way Home kind of just gets everything good all into
right,
one movie.
right. All right. If I have to rank this, Spider-Man 1 is in the 1 spot. That's my favorite Spider-Man movie. 2 would be No Way Home, for sure. 3 would be Spider-Man 2. 4 would be Homecoming, and 5 would be TASM 2.
All right, good stuff, good stuff. If it was not, if I didn't make it a little bit obvious earlier, I'm gonna be having you rank spider suits.
Rank the Dune movies.
You have to rank all two of the
Yeah.
Dune. Well, I guess there's a third one. There's like the
3,
older
because
one.
there's the OG.
Yeah, the OG. But that's not what I've written it down here as spider suits. No R, just H.
Spider.
I misspelled it, but I'm keeping it. And I'm gonna
It's the
start
New
you off
Yorker
here.
version.
It's the New Yorker version. I'm gonna conveniently start you off here with the TASM 2 suit.
TASM 2. Hold on. I'm old. I gotta Google these.
Gotta do your research.
Yep.
Uh, this is this is high up for me in terms of suits.
Okay. All right. TASM 2 suit. That is a good one. I can see it. It's pretty iconic. This looks very video gamey, to be honest with you. Like, if I look at this suit, I think this could be in a video game, which I mean, technically it probably is. I'll put it in the 3 spot. I'll put it right in the middle. It's very nice. It's very steady. This is a fucking fire photo. That shit goes so
That's a
hard.
fire photo. That's a fire
Um,
for sure.
but yeah, I'll put it in the 3 spot. It's nice. I like it, but it's not anything too special to me, and I think there's others that I like more.
All right, next one I'm gonna give you is gonna be the homecoming suit.
Ooh, all right. I feel like I know this, but I'm just gonna look it up anyways.
Hmm.
um, you know, as much as I love Tom, Tom may be my favorite Spider-Man. Uh, I feel like he, I feel like I like I think Far From Home suit more with the black and red instead of the blue. So this may go
Hmm.
into the 4 spot.
Ooh, okay, okay. Next one we got is gonna be 2099.
Oh shit. Well, which version of 2099? Because technically are we talking about
I
the
guess
the comic version or the Spider-Verse version?
we'll go with Spider Verse just because I feel like we're more familiar with that in
Okay.
general.
You know, he, oh, this is hard because I don't know what's coming next. And Miguel O'Hara in general, Spider-Man 2099, I love, but in that movie, I've said it to you a million times. He's my favorite character in the Spider-Verse movies.
Hmm.
But man, the long like blades on the side and the fucked up cape on the back, I ain't fucking with it. I ain't fucking with it. So I think it may have to go in the 5 spot. If this was the normal, I mean, I guess he has the ripped up cape in general in the normal
Hmm.
suit, but it's not. I think it has to do with him being so big. That makes it also kind of annoying. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, whereas it's a little less annoying in like the normal version. So if we're going off the Spider Verse version, it's going in the 5 spot.
All right. Next up, we've got the PS4 spider suit,
Oh
the one with
shit!
like the white accents on it.
Right, right, right. What do I have left?
Shit, is it 1 and 2?
I
I think
think
that's it.
so. Oh fuck. I do really like the suit. And I would put it in the one, but can't. I gotta hold out hope here, so I'm gonna put it in the two spot. But I do really like the suit with the white accents.
I think it was a good call
Oh,
holding on for hope there.
oh.
Because the final suit I've given you here is the Tobey Maguire black symbiote suit.
Ah, yes, sir. That's my favorite. My absolute favorite Spider-Man suit. I think the Toby suit in general is my favorite, but
Mhm.
the black suit version is my ultimate favorite Spider-Man suit. It is
I
so
think it's just the
sick.
best like black looking suit in
Yeah.
general, like across any like
Still
media. I
got the
think.
raised webbing on it. It's
Hmm.
fucking incredible.
It's so clean.
I also think maybe it has to do with nostalgia. I remember having
Yep.
so many toys with the black suit, from the Burger King toys to the little fucking window clingers that you put on your car window to actual
Yep.
action figures. So definitely nostalgia has something to do it, but I do think it's so clean, bro. It's so good. My
Yeah.
ultimate favorite
It's
Spider-Man
a
suit.
banger suit for
Yeah,
sure.
so good. Good line ranks this week's very Spider-Man centric. Very
Hmm.
happy about that because obviously Spider-Man is my favorite. Is he your favorite, like your ultimate favorite superhero? Because he's
No,
definitely mine. No, it's
no,
Superman.
mine's Superman. Yeah, but
Okay,
he's definitely up there in the
right.
Marvel
He's
rankings for
in.
sure. Yeah,
He's
yeah,
got to be in top five in general, no matter what.
yeah. Of course. I mean, yeah,
Um,
we grew up on the guy. How can you not
right.
be?
But to me, he is my favorite superhero of all time. He's
Right.
goated, bro. He's goated.
Mhm.
All right, it's time for our OTS showcase. All right, the return of OTS Showcase. It's been gone for a little bit, but it is back, and this week we are going to give it up for none other than, well, this is kind of a dual-bladed sword here, actually, now that I think about this.
Mhm.
So there's two names I can go off of here. One would be Chance Oren, if we're going off of his wrestling name, although he no longer wrestles. And if we're going off of kind of his current name, we're going to go with Parks and Protein. Yes, my boy Chance, he is super cool. Pro wrestler, former pro wrestler. He doesn't wrestle anymore, but now he is transcended. I know he had some health issues. I think he kind of transcended from pro wrestling into content creation, but more specifically, theme park content creation. So this might be the first time that we really shout somebody out that isn't just a wrestler. You know what I'm saying? We're really now probably focusing more on the theme park aspect of things. Yeah, I think he's great. As a wrestler, I always thought he was great. We were kind of talking a little bit before the pod here. I said he had such a good look, had that he looked super marketable and was jacked, just a big dude that everybody looks for. But then so different, looking like literally like a Greek god. I know that was his gimmick,
Mhm.
but he looked like he was a Greek god, an Olympian kind of thing. Now a lot of people got that going on. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes are jacked up, but they ain't, they don't have that kind of vibe. So I always thought he was super cool in the looks of him. I thought like he's always had such a unique look to him that makes him stand out from anybody. And I think a lot of people kind of agreed with that because when he was wrestling, I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong because I didn't pay full attention, but I feel like he had the world title for a good amount of companies when he was wrestling. Like in Florida at least, he probably had at one point probably at least two or three world championships at the same time, you know? Um and then yeah, he came to ACW a few times. They teamed him up with one Omar Amir, who we have I feel like everybody has crazy stories about and has so much love for because he's like Omar Amir. This isn't about him, but he's like the greatest horrible person you've ever met in your life. Like,
Yes, one hundred
like
percent.
he will take the shirt off his back for you, but then just to make himself laugh when you're like back on your feet, he may trip you just to laugh. Like that's how I can
That's not where
explain
I thought you
Omar.
were going with that at all.
Oh, okay. What did you think I was going with that?
I thought you were going. He's gonna give you the shirt off his back, but then also he's just gonna take his pants off as well.
Oh, that true. That too. That too.
Yeah,
That
he's
too.
also gonna do that.
He definitely do that. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, back to Chance. He just I always thought he's great. When he teamed up with Omar, I was like, man, this is a team that should be signed. Like these guys are monsters. They have such good looks. Obviously, with Skinny Vinny as their manager at the time, I was like, yeah, these guys are incredible, bro. They need to be signed somewhere. Um, but now, yeah, I think he had some health issues, and now he's gone into the theme park stuff. I love theme parks. I'm a huge Disney guy, Universal guy. You also like theme parks, not as much as probably me, but you also do love yourself some theme parks and stuff like that. I've always been a huge theme park like content guy. I've always watched like Tim Tracker and Adam the Woo and Justin Scard and stuff like that. Watching their videos at Disney and Universal and Dollywood and Knott's Berry Farm and all everything. I just love it all because I love theme parks. So seeing my friend now get into this, I was obviously like, oh, this is so cool. So anytime he uploads a video, I'm watching it. I try and always leave a comment so he has some interaction and sees that, a friend is watching and supporting and stuff like that. Yeah, just really cool. You guys definitely need to check him out. I know Theo definitely needs to say some things here, but I think go check his channel out. It's Parks and Protein on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram. Type in Parks and Protein, you'll find him and his theme park stuff.
Yeah. Going back to the wrestling stuff, because again, this has to get showcased because,
Mm,
like you said, he's just such an imposing figure. Like even when like you sent me like a few matches here and there and stuff like that,
mm,
and every time this man came out, it was just like the air like shifted when
right.
this man would come out
Bro had that
because of
Taker
just
vibe.
he got the honestly, it's like a
The
taker vibe
atmosphere
almost.
changes.
The atmosphere changed, like the lights flicker, and you're like, uh oh, am I
Right.
gonna be in trouble here?
Right.
But I mean, even like in the ring and stuff like that, he was absolutely like incredible in the matches that he did and stuff like that. Like it makes sense why this guy was a world champion like everywhere for a long period of time because it's like
Mm,
he's great in the ring, he's got a great figure going on. Like everything he's doing is just check marking a lot of boxes here. Like he knows how to do heel work incredibly well. I was
right.
picking up on that for sure. But even like outside like the wrestling stuff, like with all this like theme park content that he's making, like he is a natural. I was telling you, he's like an absolute natural and like just making content like vlogs and stuff like that,
Right.
giving like up to date information about like what's happening in all the theme parks, what's this new food, how good does it taste, what are
Mm,
these new rides, are they coming, what are they gonna be, what do I think they're gonna be like,
mm.
are they gonna be improvements, all sorts of stuff. Like he goes very in depth with his content, and I think that's very, very good, especially in terms of like theme park stuff. Because I think just the more in depth you go, the more content you got, and the better the content is going to be in general.
Oh,
So he's just
barking dog.
what?
No, you're good. I had a barking
Like,
dog
oh,
over
okay,
here.
okay, okay. Yeah, but absolutely check this guy out. He's doing some amazing content right now. If you're looking to get into theme park stuff, he is going to be able to give you up to date information about anything and everything there is about Universal, Disney, anything.
Right. Yeah, I was watching one of his videos. He Universal added they brought in some ice pops, Harry Potter ice pops that are themed to each house or something like that.
Hmm.
And I watched him try them, and they were like $8 for like literally like a little tiny ice pop. I was like, this is how I know this man's committed to this because I would have never done that, even for the vlog. Even if we went and did a Cousins of the Cosmos Universal trip, I ain't sorry guys. I'm not. I don't think I'm spending the $8 on a little tiny ice pop for you guys to find out how good it is. I'll point you in the direction of his channel to do that. So I was like, man, he's really committed
we
here because
we will do a like 8 vlogs in a row just of us drinking frozen butterbeer every single time we
right.
go. That's
I'll
pretty much it.
we'll do a nice Disney vlog where we go to the Liberty Tree Tavern and have a nice dinner with Theo and his unlimited brisket.
Yes, I
That we
want all
will
the
do.
brisket.
That we will do, but I don't know about the $8 tiny ice
I will,
pop.
I will, I don't care how much money I got spent. I'm getting that brisket.
Yeah,
I'm getting
that's
as
some good
much
brisket.
brisket as I can.
But also I want to get him. His real name's Michael. I think that he doesn't go by Chance now. He just goes by Michael. I want to get him on the pod. We definitely need to have like a.
Yeah,
I know we had a weird forte when we did our Disney versus Universal episode on TikTok. Shit got a little weird, but I would like to have him come on and maybe do a part two to that, or just talk about rides at Universal or Disney or whatever. I think bringing him on to do some theme park centered content with us would be super cool, and I think he'd be down. So yeah, that's our OTS showcase this week. Chance Oren slash Michael Parks and Protein. Again, go check out Parks and Protein on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. I'm not sure if he's on Twitter, but I know definitely TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Go check out Parks and Protein. All right, Theo. I got one question for you. Are you ready?
are you enjoying the show?
Are you enjoying the show? Because
No,
I think you're gonna be enjoying the show when Maul Shadow Lord drops. Because we got a new
that
trailer
show,
for
that
Maul
show, I
Shadow
will
Lord.
be enjoying.
That
I
is
will
true.
be enjoying that show for
Yes.
sure.
You like my little segue there?
It was a good segue.
All right. We got a new trailer from Maul Shadow Lord. We rewatched all of these trailers right before we started recording. So Theo, take it away. What do you think about the new trailer from Maul Shadow Lord?
Uh, very excited. Obviously, I'm very excited. This is my favorite Star Wars character of all time. And we're going to be getting into a lot of different like content here of pretty much what has been happening with Maul ever since the end of Clone Wars season 7,
Right.
him building up his own like shadow criminal organization empire, pretty much how that's going to be going on in battles with the actual empire, and
Mm,
obviously him now running into this new little Jedi apprentice, which he's going to be taking in. I'm assuming taking in
right.
to become his Sith apprentice, pretty much.
Mm. Yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be this trailer. I will say it didn't give us too much. It wasn't anything groundbreaking. I don't even think the first trailer was, but the first trailer was just exciting because it was the first trailer. This
Right.
one kind of more of the same. We did get some cool looks at some of the Inquisitors, the returning Inquisitors. Marok, I believe, was his name. That was in Ahsoka,
Hmm.
and I forget the eighth brother, or something like that. The other guy that was in Tales
Yep.
of the Jedi that fought Ahsoka. Yeah, I'm super excited. This, like you said, it's going to bridge the gap not only from where we left him in Clone Wars, but it's going to, I would imagine, bridge the gap of him in Rebels as well. And we find out kind of
Yeah.
how he ends up on, what was it, Malachor or something like that he was on?
Yes, I believe it was Malachor.
Yeah, so we kind of, hopefully, by the end, I mean, for all we know, there might be multiple seasons of this show
Hmm.
planned. But by the end of this show, whether it's just this one season or five, I would imagine we are going to end up seeing how he ends up on Malachor, or whatever that planet is, how he ends up there and how Ezra ends up finding him. Yeah, and it's going to kind of fill in the blanks too of where he was, when we saw him in Solo. I would imagine this is kind of running parallel with that a little bit. Maybe it happens a little bit before, because I feel like by the time we saw him in Solo, he's kind of fully built out his criminal empire, and probably this is probably like at the height of it. But again, I
Hmm.
would imagine that show is gonna probably try and cover that a little bit. Um, so yeah, like we said in the first trailer, I think hopefully Kira makes an appearance. If that is to be
Hmm.
said, that would be really cool seeing her show back up. Um, yeah, I'm just excited to see who this Jedi is. It's this Jedi. Everybody, that's the biggest question of this show: is this Jedi gonna end up becoming Darth Talon, or is this somebody not like that? But I think we're all hoping it does become Darth Talon, because I think anytime they bring in the legend stuff, like in Rebels and stuff, it definitely makes it a little more enjoyable and everybody gets a little more excited. Like a Thrawn situation, everybody was hyped
Hmm.
when Thrawn came in. So I think it'd be the same thing if we do find out that, hey, this Jedi named fucking Jessica or whatever ends up, by the end of this show, ends up being knighted and being, given the name Darth Talon, would be super cool. Um, yeah, this
Absolutely.
trailer. I feel like there's not much to talk about in the actual trailer, because I feel like it was just more kind of the
It's
same.
it's a lot of action shots, I
Right.
think, mostly.
We saw
There's some new Imperial characters, I think.
right, of course. We saw
Yep.
what looked like some Mandalorians in there as well.
Yep, I do believe
Um,
so. Yeah.
oh, I do want to say the lightsaber fighting, because we see him and Marek get into a fight.
Hmm.
The lightsabers look different. I like it. It has like a kind of like a samurai sword effect to it, like a fiery samurai sword. When they swing, you see like kind of some flame coming off of the blade. I thought that was a really cool change,
Yeah.
because I don't think that's been something we've seen before.
I think the fight scenes and the choreography is going to be something that's really going to be stealing the show away in terms of visuals and stuff like that. Well, I mean, visually, I mean, it all looks really good. Like
Of
the
course.
animation style is just all looks incredible. I mean, it always looks incredible. But I think the
Right.
fighting is really going to be what takes the cake here and being like the
Yeah.
most captivating moments of the show here.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see where this goes. We got some announcements though. Incredibles 3 is officially happening. Oh, Incredibles 3 is officially happening. I feel like this is something that had already been somewhat announced or something like that. It sounds familiar. Um,
I feel like they did it at like a D23 like a year or
right.
two
And I
ago or
feel like
something like
you and
that.
I just had this conversation.
I feel like we did. I feel like this
Um,
this sounds incredibly familiar.
can
This may have
you
happened last week on the news episode.
Yeah, I feel like that never happened. So, can you look up the release dates for these two projects real quick for me? Because
Yeah.
yeah, Incredibles 3 has been greenlit and will be coming. But I think more interesting, because I'm excited for that, of course, and it's not too far fetched. What's more interesting to me is that they've officially greenlit a Lilo and Stitch 2 in the live action version. Um, that's
I was
interesting,
wondering about that because I didn't know
right?
if they were doing animated or live action.
No, I believe it is the live action. And again, I think they had already kind of confirmed this, but it wasn't like super public. Um, I went and saw the live action Lilo and Stitch with my friend Lexi Gomez. Shout out to Lexi. When it came out, I enjoyed it because it legitimately was just like a copy and paste of the animated thing, just in real life. There was a few changes. Like Gantu, he was not in the movie and stuff like that. So there's a few changes, but in general, it was still enjoyable because it was just kind of a copy and paste. So I'll probably end up seeing Lilo and Stitch too. But my big question here is, what is Lilo and Stitch 2? Because I think there is a second movie, but I don't think it was like a huge popular thing that they're gonna want to adapt the storyline. So I'm intrigued. Are they gonna do that? Are they gonna try and adapt the story that they kind of did in the TV show that was on Disney Channel when we were kids? or is this going to be something brand new entirely? I feel like it probably is going to be more brand new content, a brand new story. So yeah,
Yeah, I think I would imagine they would go with brand new content for this, especially because like the original sequel didn't really make too many waves.
right.
People don't even really know about it
I
or
do
anything like
hope
that.
that I'm forgetting his name, but the yellow alien. I do hope he shows up because he's a pretty big character,
I
and
feel like he's got to show up, man. He's
him
so
and
funny.
the girl with the pink. I'm forgetting her name.
Yes, yeah, 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 yeah,
His
yeah, yeah.
girlfriend, because she's also
His
huge.
girlfriend.
She's
Yeah,
on like every merch at this point too. So I feel like
yeah, she's got to
they
show up.
definitely need to pop up. But other than that, I don't know where the story's going. And same with Incredibles. I'm not sure where the fuck this is going either because it seems I don't know. I felt like the second movie did its job, so I don't know what the idea is for the third movie. But I guess we said the
Right.
same thing for Toy Story 5, but now they have a story that looks somewhat interesting. So
We'll see what happens.
what
I
were
do
those
have
release
the release
dates?
dates pulled up
Yeah.
here for they're actually like back to back pretty much over here.
Okay.
Lilo and Stitch 2 is going to be coming out May 26th, 2028.
Okay.
And Incredibles 3 is going to be coming out June 16th, 2028. So literally like
All right.
a few weeks apart from each other.
Interesting. Disney's going for the ultimate box office takeover, I guess.
They're just taking over summer 2028 and we cannot stop
Right.
them.
Right. But also, I feel like everything is owned by Disney, so they pretty much do that every year anyway.
Yeah, 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 that's pretty
So
much right.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So continuing with our news here, there was something that I literally just saw as we were waiting for this thing to convert here. Uh, regarding Fortnite, apparently Stone Cold Steve Austin and Liv Morgan are going to be Fortnite skins, which is pretty interesting. Pretty random picks, not Stone Cold. Well, I guess no. I think it's a random pairing, not random picks, because both are very big. Obviously, Stone Cold is Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Liv Morgan is one of the biggest, names in the world right now. It's just a little random, I guess, that they're going to be put in the shop at the same time. I didn't see photos of them. I just saw the post about it, but that's definitely interesting.
I would have thought it would have been Rhea Ripley before Liv Morgan. That's
That's
actually a
true.
bit
That's
surprising for
true.
me.
Rhea is not in the game yet. I think there was John Cena, Cody, Undertaker, Bianca, and Becky. I have all of those, I think. Uh, yeah, so I am shocked that Rhea is not in the game. Same with Rey Mysterio. I thought Rey Mysterio, he's a huge name. He's somebody I would think, but I would imagine it won't be too long before both Rhea and Rey Mysterio make their appearances in Fortnite. But sticking with Fortnite before we dive into the Dune trailer and dive into the Spidey trailer, Star Wars and Fortnite I put here in the thing. I saw that Fortnite has the new season started today, and a part of the new season they've added uh I guess like the Star Wars pieces into creative or whatever it is. And so I have seen that people are making full on battlefield fucking or Battlefront fucking maps in Fortnite now, which is huge. You can also do like you can make a Star Wars Mario Party game. Like I saw somebody posting about it. It's like kind of the Star Wars gaming stuff is this is kind of groundbreaking because there's like you can literally make a Star Wars game out of anything here now in Fortnite, which is super cool. Um, so yeah, I wanted to put that in there because we're obviously huge Battlefront fans and stuff like that. So we may have to check that out once they've really
Yeah.
started cooking because that sounds super cool. You know, playing Battlefront. Obviously, it's gonna be different because it's not actual Battlefront, but like being able to play on maps that aren't in a Battlefront game or something like that, or things like that will be super cool. So that's very fun. But yeah, we have a last piece of news here before we dive into our big discussion. We have a Dune 3 trailer. Man, you just recently watched the other two movies. I watched the first one. I watched on HBO Max when it came out on HBO Max, and I regretted not seeing it in the theater. And then the second one, I said I'm going to see this shit in the fucking theater. And I remember when the second one was coming out, they re-released the first one in theaters, and so me and Dave definitely went and saw that. So I did get to see the first one in theaters. Um, yeah, so I've been a Dune fan since the first movie dropped on streaming. You are a more recent Dune fan, but I think we're both very big fans of this franchise now because both movies
Yes.
just absolutely cook, bro. Both movies are insane. I think I like the second one more than the first one, but the first one is very solid. Um, yeah, this is the culmination. Because the first two movies were based on the first. Yeah, I know I'm tired too. Uh, the first two movies are based on the first book, whereas part three will be based off of the second book. So it's a little wonky, but um, I have after I became a fan of the franchise here, I kind of dove. I didn't read the books, but I dove into what the other books are about. There's like 20 fucking books. It's wild. Um, I'm glad it's ending here because after this, it gets really fucking weird, bro. It gets really weird and creepy and stupid to the point where I can say this because I don't think it'll be shown in the movie. and if it is, it's probably gonna be comical. Paul does end up having kids, and the son ends up becoming the emperor, but the son ends up literally turning into a fucking sandworm. So yeah, it's fucking weird, bro. It's literally fucking weird. Um, so yeah, I'm glad they're ending here. I'm glad this is where it ends because the third book, from what I remember, is not anything too crazy. It's fun. So
I think there's some whack ass shit happening out there. Like 3 or 4 like ambulances and fire trucks
oh
just drove. I had to mute my
yeah.
mic. There's some shit going on.
Oh well,
I don't know.
prayers to whoever's involved in that for sure.
Prayers out there for sure.
Hopefully everybody's okay. But yeah, the
And
third
prayers to Paul's son for turning into a
yeah,
sandworm because that's
turning
fucking
into
wild.
imagine that you're the emperor of the galaxy, but you're a fucking sandworm. Like the thing is, he's a sandworm, but he's still human. Like that's the weird part. That's where it gets really fucking. So it's I don't know, bro. I'm glad it is ending here. Is what I'm really trying to say because it
Right.
doesn't get too weird. In the trailer here, we do see, Paul is obviously with um, Princess Aurelian or whatever Florence Pugh's character, but clearly he is still with Chani. As we see the opening scene here is them discussing if they have children, what they will name them, and stuff like that. We have Robert Pattinson in here playing the villainous character. He's playing Skytail, I believe is his name. He is, I think, kind of a part of the group that like Austin Butler and stuff was from, like the genetic engineering weirdos with fucking
The Harkonnen?
whatever. Yeah, but I think it's like a subculture of them or something like that.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure, but I do know he's from the book. Um, yeah, so there's a lot in this trailer. We do see, I'm forgetting her name, but we do see Anna Taylor-Joy playing Paul's sister. She's officially in. We do see her in a quick little flash forward in part two. Um, but now she's born and she's alive and she's Anya Taylor-Joy. This takes place 17 years after the events of the second movie. So Paul has been
Whoa.
emperor. Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
17 years after the events of the second movie. So Paul's been emperor for a minute here. Um, I don't think that happens in the book because in the book his sister is a lot younger. She's like a teenager.
Right.
But A, they wanted to cast Anya Taylor-Joy, and I don't think she's really playing like a teenager now. And B, I do believe in the book the sister has like a really sexually charged kind of character arc, and so that would have
Uh-oh.
been very weird to see a kid do. So I'm glad that it's going to Anya Taylor-Joy. If they're keeping that, it'll be legal and not creepy and weird to be seeing. Um,
Right.
so yeah, so she's in there. She has her little. So she's got like the Fremen. Like there's a part of the Fremen that like worship her. So there's a shot of her like outside with all the like the white robes on and stuff like that, kind of like talking to these people and stuff. So she's got like this. Her story is off there like she's basically a god to like some of these Fremen and stuff like that, which is a whole thing that we're gonna obviously dive into. Because the thing is, like, Paul is the emperor, right? But when he is like not on Arrakis or whatever, he puts her in charge. So like she's kind of like the second in command. Um, yeah, bro, this is gonna be wild. We do see the return of Jason Momoa in this. He was not in the second movie because he dies in the first movie, but somehow he's back.
That's my
I
goat.
I know why. I won't fully spoil it, but I will say he is not not the Duncan Idaho that you may have remembered in the first movie. That's all I can say. Um,
I just hope he is because that motherfucker went off, bro.
well, you may be a little disappointed, but he is back though. He is back though. Jason Momoa is back.
I just need him to be killing people. That's all I need him to do is
Okay,
just
he may do
killing
that.
people.
He may do that. I'm
Good.
just saying he's
Good.
not it's not the same. It's not the same. That's all I'm saying. Um
Okay.
yeah, what else happens in this trailer here?
Not too they don't give too much away, I
Right,
feel like.
right. And
It's
again,
very like just
on
foundational
the
shots.
right and on the basis of the trailer, we only know this stuff because I'm explaining it because I just kind of know of what the third book is. If you didn't know anything, you legitimately would have no clue what's going on, other than you'd be like, somehow Jason Momoa's character's back, and Robert Pattinson looks like Eminem. Um, so yeah, dude, the fucking war chant that goes on throughout this shit, hard as fuck, gave me goosebumps.
Mm-hmm.
Timothy
Mm-hmm.
Chalamet sounded like he was about to blow his fucking vocal cords out with that shit, bro. That shit was fire, absolutely
Mm-hmm.
fire. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything too much else to talk about other than we are both clearly very excited. This is
Yes.
gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. I'm glad it's ending. I'm glad we're getting a trilogy and it ends there. I hope they don't try and do some sort of spin off something with the kids or anything. I hope it does truly the franchise just ends here. And I think Denis Villeneuve, he's not a big fan of like Marvel movies and stuff like that, so I don't think he's gonna turn this into some sort of just giant cash grab. I think he is making these movies just because he enjoys the story. I was watching him do an interview before the trailer was shown, and he did say that he was always going to do the third movie, but he was supposed to do a movie, like a just totally different movie in between two and three. And he said after he went home from shooting two, he would just lie awake at night because he just had so many ideas in his head. So that's why it kind of got fast tracked because he was like, I can't get these ideas out of my head, nor obviously would you want to lose them by ignoring them and moving on. So that's why he was like, no, get everybody back together because we got to go film this before I start losing these ideas. So clearly he just enjoys making these rather than being like, oh, well, Warner Brothers or whoever it is wants another cash grab. He just seems to enjoy making them. So I think he's going to be pretty protective over where these characters go and stuff like that. Um, yeah, I'm super excited. No Gurney, no Josh Brolin. That's what I did notice. I don't remember if he is in the third book or not because he doesn't die at the end of the second movie. He was still alive. So yeah, I'm intrigued to see what's going on with that. Is he not in the third book and that's why he's not in the third movie, or the second book and that's why he's not in the third movie, or is he in there and they just didn't show him, or maybe they're keeping him a secret for some reason, things like that. Yeah, this is the culmination because I mean, in the first movie, this is how I look at it. In the first movie, the shot of him and his mother in the tent, and he has like the vision, and he has a badass scene where he's freaking out and he says, there's gonna be an unholy war that spreads fire across the galaxy in my name. That was the start of it. Then in the second movie, he becomes the emperor, so it inches closer to it. So now we're here, the third movie. This is the war. This is the giant war in the name of Paul Atreides. So this is gonna be yeah, it's gonna be wild. We're gonna see a fucking universal war with him fighting against different planets and shit. So
Yeah, it's gonna be great. We're both again very very excited for this movie to be coming out.
yep,
I'm more excited to see future trailers honestly because this one this
they can
one
give you
does
too
leave a
much.
little bit to be desired. They don't really give me
Right.
anything because again I don't really know anything about the third book, so I'm just seeing a lot of like shots of the actors playing the characters. That's pretty
Right.
much what I've got here.
I will say
Um,
this is more of a Timothy Chalamet thing. Because this is his current life, he loses and lost so much aura when he shaved his head, bro. He looks so cool with like the longer hair, and he shaved that shit. It happens in the movie. That's the big reveal at the end of the trailer is that his head shaved and shit. But in life he just shaved his head and whatnot. Maybe he just did it for this movie. He lost so much aura, bro. He does not look as cool as he does with the long hair.
it's true. The long hair does add points for sure. I
Yeah,
gotta rewatch these movies at some point
yeah, I
before this
definitely
movie
am
comes
too,
out because
for sure.
I do need a refresher, but yeah, it's gonna be good for
Yep,
sure.
I'm excited. All right. Oh, it's getting late, but we got
Yep.
one last little thing to talk about here. Our big discussion
What?
this week that we did not expect to. Oh, get there, feel it. All right, there he is. He's back.
There we go.
All
We're
right, we
good.
did not really expect this. Maybe we should have expected this. Our big discussion is going to be the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer that dropped just a couple of days ago. We were supposed to have a Noah Vale interview. We did film the Noah Vale interview, but that will be pushed to next week because we can't just cram in a fucking Spider-Man trailer into this thing. We need to make it its own
So
episode.
sorry, Noah.
Yeah. So, all right, Theo, go for it. Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer. Go.
Talk about just complete opposite trailer from the new trailer. This gave us so much shit to work with here.
Yeah.
So
While
many,
still
so
while
many.
still not giving as much.
Yeah, the plot is very very secretive here. We don't really know what's going on with that, but they
Right.
show a lot of different characters, different like antagonistic forces here. We
Yep.
don't even really know who the main antagonist is. Is it going to be the Punisher? I don't think it's going to be the Punisher. Is it
No.
going to be the Hand? The Hand is very prevalent here, and
Yep. Yep.
especially later in the trailer, they seem like they're going to be setting them up as possibly the main antagonist. But it also could be Scorpion, who comes back after like 10 years now. At this point, he could be the main antagonist. We still don't really know.
Yep. There's also a dude. I forgot his name, but I've seen a lot of people talking about him. I think he's only in one shot, but he's a dude in a suit sitting at a desk in one of the shots. People have been talking about him and who he could be possibly playing, and maybe he's the true villain, as well
Hmm.
as we do know that Sadie Sink is in this movie. We do not know what she is going to be doing. We do see her technically in the trailer. The shot of the person in the trench coat indoors that has has the hands to the side. That is Sadie Sink. That was confirmed. Other than that,
Oh, okay.
we don't know who
I
the
didn't know
fuck
that.
is what. I mean, you couldn't tell because you don't see anything. You just see a
Yeah.
person. You can't see her hair or her face or anything. I just know it because I remember seeing, I think, set photos of her wearing that jacket.
Oh, okay.
And it
Gotcha.
does look like a smaller person. I'm not assuming that that's Frank Castle in that shot. So, um, so yeah, I think that's the only shot of Sadie Sink. The rumor obviously has been that she's playing Jean Grey. How Jean Grey fits into Spider-Man and whatnot, we're not sure. I did see something. I don't know if it was a joke or something, but I did see that she may be playing a possible amalgamation of Jean Grey and Gwen Stacy into like a newer character, which could be interesting to see.
Okay.
Um, Again, that sounds like it may have been a joke, so it may have been a joke, but I'm not 100% sure. So take that with a grain of salt or no salt at all because it may totally be not real. But but I didn't think it was too. It sounds wild, but it's not too wild. Like it could be an interesting concept to see. Um, yeah, we see good old Frank Castle. That was a cool little scene where he
Yep.
gets drop kicked out of his truck, out of his van, out of the Punisher van. The Punisher van makes a comeback. Um, and he says "mother," and he gets the that was great. He gets the
Gets
the
whipped.
the web on his face.
Yep.
Um, yeah, so we see the Punisher. I'm glad he's in there. We knew he was in there. I know that there's a Punisher special that they filmed that I believe is supposed to come out in between Daredevil. He's not in
Yep.
season 2 of Daredevil, but I do believe this will explain where he is in Daredevil season 2 and how he ends up in Spider-Man.
Yep.
That's supposed to come out in between Daredevil season 2 and Brand New Day, which comes out in July. So we should be expecting that in like April or May, June, somewhere around there. Um, yeah, we see Bruce Banner. Bruce Banner comes in. That's
Hmm.
that's cool to see. He's
No
obviously a
longer
professor,
green.
right? No Smart Hulk. He does have his little from She-Hulk. He has his little Hulk morpher though, with him that he can because
Yes.
I remember in She-Hulk he said he came up with something that I've dubbed the Hulk morpher, where he can kind of control if he goes into Hulk mode or Bruce mode.
Morphin time.
Yeah, it's Hulking time.
Giant
Um,
fucking monster.
um, yeah, so he's currently a professor in New York. He was in like a classroom kind of thing. So that's interesting. See what he's teaching. He does say when Peter goes up to him, he says, "What was your name again?" And I saw somebody on Twitter go, "Wow, this is such a direct setup for when he turns into Hulk." And he doesn't know him, but Hulk goes, "Hulk remembers," which could make sense
Yeah,
because Hulk probably what like I would imagine in that case. I don't know how that works, but I would imagine during the spell in a Hulk case it would probably only work on whoever was like active, whether it was Hulk or Bruce. So let's say Bruce was active during the spell and Hulk wasn't. Hulk, you know, saying the spell probably doesn't work on Hulk, so
but
Hulk
that's
probably
also
would
kind
know.
of the issue because he was technically Smart Hulk and he was just like 2 and 1 at that point. So
Yeah, but if it
how
takes
did
place when She-Hulk takes place, he's not fully Smart Hulk and She-Hulk at times. I don't know. It's weird, but Hulk is just kind of his own thing in a way, though, too. So like, I'm not sure how it
that's
works,
true. Yeah,
but I could see
yeah.
that happening where Hulk does kind of remember that Peter is Spider-Man. Um, yeah. So we get that. We get
We also
Scorpion.
get a lot of gotta let it
And scoop it
gotta let
about.
it oh
Take a
my
shot.
god. Ned and MJ. I'm just gonna say that. Ned and
Yes.
MJ, they are very prevalent in this trailer.
You know, that's why. So, okay, we get Scorpion. We get him really quick. Glad to see, I think his name's Michael Mondo or whatever. Glad to see him back. We know him as Voss from Far Cry 3, one of the best
Yep.
video game villains ever. So seeing him come
Yep.
back, everybody's always made that joke of the post-credit scene that never, never went anywhere. Well, now it's finally coming back around. So it's cool to see him back. Yes, we do get Ned and MJ. We get them a lot more than I would have expected.
Yes.
And the big rumor was that they were gonna have very small roles in this movie, and that their roles would kind of increase as the new trilogy goes along. So by the third movie, they would be back to being, kind of what they were. Nah, they seem to be pretty big in here. I do remember seeing a cast listing or whatever where Zendaya is listed second, which means she's the co-lead of the movie.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
with Sadie Sink being number three, so that also means she's a very big character, even though we haven't seen much. So yeah, Zendaya is very big. Again, we all thought they were gonna have very very small roles in this movie. So the fact that she's the co-lead of this movie makes me go, oh wow, they're really going with it. They're at that party. They're at that party. Peter gets invited somehow. We're not sure how Peter even gets invited. Maybe just because he's a neighbor or something. And then we see Zendaya, having a smooch with Jabba the Hutt with Lando Calrissian.
with one with one Jedi Knight Ezra Bridger.
Yes, sir. I'm super happy Amon Esfandi is
Hey,
casting this, bro.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying anything. Trade it up. That's all I'm saying.
Hey man, hey, Ezra
That's all I'm
Bridger, that's all I
saying.
know.
That's all I'm
Um,
saying.
yeah, I'm super happy to see Amon Esfandi in here, dude.
Yes.
We obviously we loved him as Ezra in Ahsoka. He looked so much like Ezra, it was so good. Um,
Hmm.
And I was talking with the Power Rangers group chat about this. Like he said before he got that role, he said he was about to quit acting before he got the Ahsoka role. That he was going to quit acting. So the fact that he got that Ahsoka role and now is in fucking Spider-Man, man, what a payoff.
That's great for
I'm
him,
so
man.
happy for him. So yeah,
Good
I'm
for
intrigued
him.
to see. I hope he doesn't play. So we've already kind of seen it with whatever the one kid's name was in Far From Home, where he was like a dickhead and he was trying to get with MJ. I hope we don't go that route again. I hope whoever he is playing, I hope he actually is kind of like a nice guy that just is around.
I
You know what
feel
I'm
like
saying?
that's got to be the route because then it makes it just so much harder for Peter Parker.
Right.
You
Like
know what
he's
I mean?
he's
That's got to be
actually a
the
good
struggle.
dude. And Peter goes, man, I don't want to punch this guy in the face, but I want my girlfriend back. You know what I'm saying? Um,
It's like
yeah.
I want my girlfriend back, but he's like making her happy. So that's also the moral
Right.
dilemma there as
Right. So
well.
I do think he needs to play an actual nice guy, not a fake nice guy or not an asshole, just a genuinely
Right.
good dude. So yeah. So MJ is clearly falling for this guy, and Peter is just like, I mean, I guess I just gotta say as long as she's happy, but really I'm kind of fucking pissed here, you know?
Right.
So I'm glad to see him in there.
Still, there's a lot more scenes that we get in this trailer of Peter just like struggling because there's obviously like a
Yes.
lot of people are talking about like this man's broke. That's
Right.
exactly how we need Peter Parker to be and
Right.
stuff like that.
hmm Um, yeah. We see a shot of him visiting Aunt May's grave and kissing the tombstone, which is
Yep.
obviously gonna pull on the heartstrings when we see that scene in full. Um,
That's I honestly think that's one of the scenes they should have left for the movie. I think that's one
mhm,
they should have left for the movie just to really pull because now we know it's coming, and so it's
right.
like I don't think it's gonna be as emotional now.
Right.
But like if that wasn't in the trailer and we didn't see that coming, that definitely would have pulled some heartstrings for sure.
Yeah. Probably the hold on.
Yep.
All right,
Yep.
we're
Yep.
good.
Yep. Yep.
Um,
Yep. Yep.
Probably the biggest part of this actual trailer though that we haven't touched on is clearly Peter is mutating. Clearly something's going on here.
Yes. Yeah.
We see a shot of him where it all starts. I thought it was a great shot of him being kind of all fucked up and saying, "What is wrong with me?" And he hits the ground and the camera follows him as he smacks into the ground and passes out. I thought that was great. And then he wakes up in a cocoon of his own web
Mm-hmm.
outside. He's getting the organic webbing. Clearly, he's getting
Yes.
the organic webbing that Toby
Yep.
had. I know a lot of fans are going to be happy about that. Not that people really hate the artificial webbing because that also does make sense. But I think people are a little partial, or certain people are a little partial to that organic webbing that was
Hmm.
in the Toby movies and stuff like that. So in this case with Tom, we get both. We've had the fake webbing for 3 movies plus 3 non Spider-Man movies where he shows up.
Yep.
Now we're gonna get the organic webbing for 3 more movies and probably maybe more 3 non Spider-Man movies and shit like that. Um, so yeah, that's really cool. He wakes up in a cocoon of himself, which I believe is from the comics. There's a shot where his eyes turn red. But I don't know if that's a mutation or if that's maybe some mind fuckery, because
So could always be mindfuckery.
we also see in this trailer he like saves the tank or whatever, opens up the tank, and all of a sudden there's an old lady in the driver's seat, which I don't think the old lady was actually driving that thing the whole time. You know what I'm saying? And then we see something. We don't actually see anything. We see a idea of something fly over into a guard, and he smiles and he looks up, and then it looks up into
Hmm.
another guard. So clearly something's going on that could kind of help with the Jean Grey kind of
Were
thing.
were my ears off, or was that
Mm.
Keith David talking during that scene?
I
Because it
was gonna
sounded
talk
like
about this.
Keith David.
So we'll get to that in a second. So
Okay. Okay. Okay.
that also adds into the idea of maybe that's Jean Grey and she's in a kind of antagonist role here where she's on the run and stuff like that. Or I have seen some people say maybe one Martin Lee is actually in this movie and that's something to do with Mr. Negative. That could
I've
be
been
cool
hearing
too.
these rumors about Martin Lee being in the movie for quite a while, and I think that'd be
Yep.
an incredible payoff. Yeah.
Yes. Ned's got a different kind of hairstyle. That's something else we can kind of talk about there for a second. He's got a little different hairstyle.
You mean
Um,
Mr. Sex?
yeah, CEO of Sex. But yes, the big thing I did want to talk about is not friend of the pod, but friend of the pod, Keith David.
Yep.
Clearly, that's Keith David's voice. I would know that man anywhere. I would know that voice anywhere.
Right. Right.
the rumor I've been seeing, because a lot of people said that, hey, that sounds exactly like Keith David. What if he's playing Kurt Connors? Yeah. If we
Yeah.
could get Keith David as the Lizard in the MCU, or
Yes,
MCU
I want
version of the
that. I
Lizard,
want that.
I need it. I hope it's true. I'm praying to
I
God because
love
that
the
would be so
lizard. I
sick.
love Keith David. Give it to me.
That would be so cool. Maybe I would imagine we don't see the Lizard in this movie. It's probably going to take 2 or 3 movies to get to the actual transformation there. But
Hmm. Hmm.
just knowing that Keith David is there as Kurt Connors would be super cool to see. I really hope
Yes,
that happens. Um,
100%.
yeah, I'm intrigued to see what John Bernthal's role is here. He's kind of got like
Hmm.
a somewhat of an friendly antagonistic kind of role. They kind of are fucking with each other a little bit. I do think it'll be one of those where the rumor is that he is, he's got his own mission. Spider-Man kind of encroaches in on that, so they butt heads. But then Hulk kind of turns into like Savage Hulk again, and Punisher and Spider-Man have to kind of team up to not take him out, but like take him down. That's the rumor I've seen for a while. So I think that's probably pretty accurate. Is that then after that, they're obviously not going to be best friends, but they're going to be more on the same side, maybe work together a little bit more. Yeah, I don't know, man.
That's really
This shit
that's really one of the things about this trailer that's really is just
can
the
go
most
anywhere.
confusing thing is that just there's so many people and so
Right,
many things going on. What is the main focus here? What's going to
right.
be the main plot line here that's driving the whole story? Because there's so many little side stories going on and stuff like that. And I think that really is honestly a good idea for this movie, and it
Mm,
very well so encapsulates the vibe of New York City because there's always so much shit going on all at one time
right.
that it just makes sense to do that, especially if we're trying to set up Spider-Man in this universe to be more so than anything this friendly neighborhood Spider-Man of New York City.
Right. And I think at everything, like we've talked about all this, and we did talk about this for a second, but we've talked about all of this, right? And how crazy this is and how unpredictable this is. We still don't officially know who the fuck Sadie Sink is playing. And
We don't know.
they're not bringing her in to be a random extra. It's Sadie
Yeah.
Sink. They cast her for a reason. She's either Jean Grey, she's Gwen Stacy, she's both characters, she's none characters, but she's still gonna have, even if she's an original character, she clearly has to have a huge role in this movie. And the fact that they're keeping this a secret kind of leads me more to think that she is playing Jean Grey. Because if she was playing an original character named Jessica, I feel like they would have just shown Jessica in the trailer.
She's Screwball, obviously.
I
What are we
did
even
see
talking about?
somebody post about that. I did see that already. It
That's
was funny,
obviously what it is. I don't know
right?
why we're trying to play this here. It's
But yeah,
that's obviously
I
what it's
think
gonna
if
be
she
something.
was a smaller character or an original character, I think she would have been hidden. So the fact
Yeah,
that she is hidden, I think she is playing someone like a Jean Grey level character that is going to be introduced in the MCU here. Um,
yeah.
yeah, Zendaya again, super big into this movie. I didn't think that would be the case. She's still wearing the necklace. I don't
Hmm.
know if you picked that up, but she is still
I
wearing the
picked up that.
necklace.
I picked up
I
that.
did like the little tag at the end. Who's this guy? I'm just a neighbor. Oh, he's a friendly neighbor. And he like chokes on his water. I thought that was great.
I
Um,
don't know if you noticed this
ah,
in that end shot. Behind Peter,
that
there's
Zendaya
a
looked fine as
whole
fuck.
no.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yes, but no.
Um,
Behind Peter, there's like a whole
yeah,
wall of like Spider-Man pictures and stuff like that and whatnot. So I'm
right.
thinking here that
Yes.
Ned may know more than he's letting
I
on here in
think
this
I
scene.
did see that. I think Ned and MJ might be trying to piece together who Spider-Man is. I did see somebody say how heartbreaking would it be if that's the only reason they invited him to the party was to try it because they say,
Ooh.
listen, he may have a job at the Daily Bugle. He could already be taking photos of Spider-Man. They could know he's taking the photos, and the only reason they invite him to the party is not because, oh, he's our neighbor. It's more, this is the guy that's publishing all the Spider-Man photos, so let's call him over and try and interrogate him. How heartbreaking would that be for Peter to find out, oh, they were just using me to try and find out who I am, you know? That would be
It's
very
interesting
heartbreaking.
though, because I feel like there's a little bit of a loophole in there where
Mm,
it's like he tells them pretty much in this letter that he's writing, which I'm assuming is what this monologue is that he has in the start of the trailer here,
right,
that
right.
he's pretty much saying that, hey, my name's Peter Parker, I'm also Spider-Man and stuff like that. Would the newspapers not credit him with taking the photos of Spider-Man? Would it not be like photo captured by Peter Parker? Like it's
Well,
like a
they
little like
would,
tagline
but
under
I
the
don't think
photos.
he
But
actually like he doesn't give them that note. You know what I'm saying?
right, but like if they know that he's the guy that's taking the pictures of Spider-Man and
Mm,
that's Peter Parker, I think they'd be able to connect those dots pretty easily.
maybe I don't know.
If that's the running theory we're going with here, at least
Right.
I think that's the loophole.
Somebody else mentioned how sad it is that he gets the key to the city, and then like the next shot is him alone in his apartment with the key to the city. Like the fact that he's beloved by everybody in New York City, and then it just cuts back to him just being alone is so sad.
Real as fuck.
The mayor, the mayor is not Wilson Fisk. That's something else
Yeah,
to
they
note.
they I think they might have spoiled that one a little
Yeah,
bit.
I think once we see the end of season two here, I think the Wilson Fisk mayor arc may be coming to an end. Because I also think
Yeah.
the rumor is that the person who is mayor in that movie is somebody that was in his cabinet in Born Again. So,
Oh,
so that
okay,
also
that makes
adds
sense. Yeah.
to the theory. Somebody that kind of steps up. I don't think Wilson Fisk is getting killed, but he may be taken out. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Taken out of commission, and somebody from his team has to step up, kind of like a vice president to president thing.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Um, yeah. Oh, I saw somebody else saying like how interesting it is because everybody. I feel like the running idea here. Everybody thinks like everyone just forgot who Peter is, right? That's the idea. Like everybody forgets who Peter
Yep.
Parker is. But I think people are taking that as like a like I saw somebody say like, man, Ned grew up. He grew up with no friends. But I don't look at it that way. I look at it as like, no, no, no. It's almost maybe a little more heartbreaking. He knew he had a best friend. He knows he had a best friend. He just has no clue who his best friend was. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So I think the same thing with MJ is like MJ knew that she was in love with somebody. She knew she had a boyfriend. She just has no clue what happened to him. Like it's, for some reason, it's just like it's
yeah.
just a that's more heartbreaking than just not knowing him. Is that she knows him. She just doesn't know who he is. You know what I'm saying? I think
Yeah.
that's the crazy part. I think people are forgetting that is like the idea wasn't to erase their memories of having a friend. The idea was just to erase Peter Parker from those memories. You know what I'm saying? So that's also something to add there.
Yeah, that's definitely a dark thing they could definitely explore there. I
Mm,
also kind of want to talk about there's some
mm.
really good shots in here. That shot where it's like looking through like the mask and it's just like his eye
Yeah,
looking out of like the eye helmet. That may be one of the best Spider-Man shots I've
yeah,
ever
that was a
seen.
great
It
shot.
may be pretty early to call, but that shot's
No, that
incredible.
was awesome. I loved it. I think Eternal, it's great. Oh, yeah. Daniel Credit is the director. He did Shang-Chi. And I think Shang-Chi also has some really good
Yep.
shots in that movie, so
Yep.
it's not too surprising. But yeah, is there anything else you want to add before we wrap up here?
Uh, this is very, very exciting stuff. This is a very good trailer. This
Yeah.
is it's making all of us in the Spider-Man community, superhero community in general,
Oh, I do want to add, sorry.
just very excited.
I do
Yep.
want to add the last shot. Well, we see a shot of him fighting the hand in what
Yep.
looks to be like a prison. He
Hmm.
doesn't have his mask on. So that right there
Yeah.
could be, I mean, one photo from somebody could explore the whole thing of going, oh shit, Peter Parker was Spider-Man the whole time. And we get back to a far from home situation again. Um, so
All
he's
that
not
work just to be hated
right.
by everybody again that fast would be crazy.
Yeah, so that's interesting. Why is he fighting without the mask? The people that are a part of the hand, they're not gonna go whoever that guy like we know who he you know what I'm saying? That's interesting to see where that's gonna go. Great shot too of him literally using his weapons and shattering a fucking sword. That was cool as fuck.
Yeah, that was cool.
Um so yeah, that's super cool. And then the final shot is another shot of him leaping into action against the hand. But I've seen a lot of people saying there may have been a No Way Home trailer situation that's happening here because it's him versus a bunch of the hand, but there's a lot of space underneath him compared to where the hand is. So I've seen a lot of people going maybe they removed two other people that were actually in this shot again. Some saying Daredevil
Maybe.
and maybe Punisher coming in to help. We know Punisher's in the movie. Um, I think it would be interesting to see Daredevil pop up here. I think that'd be cool, especially if Frank is there, so that's already a Daredevil connection. But also if we're exploring this idea of Wilson Fisk is no longer the mayor, and that's going to connect from Born Again into this movie. Who's to say that Charlie Cox doesn't come in to help? Who's to say Peter isn't backed against a wall and Frank goes, well, we got to took Hulk out of commission and we kind of need some backup. So let me call Red up. You know what I'm saying? So I think that could be pretty cool if we do get
That'd be
another
dope.
a Charlie Cox Daredevil appearance to help team up with Frank and Spider Man at the end here. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah,
But
that'd be
also
awesome.
again, it could be if Sadie Sink is playing Jean Grey, it could be Jean Grey there. She could come to the light side and go, all right, Spider Man, I'll help you out, and she could be leaping into action with him to help. You know?
maybe what when you were starting to explain that, another idea popped into my head.
Mm.
What if
What if it was
the
Keith David as the lizard?
yes, what if it was what if the hand is really kind of more so as a visual red herring
Mm.
and where they're not actually the ones there. Maybe that could just be like a cover for
Mm.
possibly the Hulk being in that spot
True,
instead.
true. They do look a little weird. They look like they're like stacked up on top of each other. It looks a little
Yeah,
wonky.
it
Um,
looks a little wonky.
they
It
look
could be a
like.
fake out.
Do you remember? Uh, it was like a Quantum Mania thing or whatever, where he was like fighting himself, and they were all climbing on each other and shit.
No, I purged that movie out of my memory because it was
Okay,
just that terrible.
but that's kind of what it looked like. A bunch of ninjas that were just like leaning on top of each other to make a bridge. Which
Right.
I mean, I guess they could do that, but it did look a little weird. So that could be a thing where, yeah, it could be Hulk that he's leaping in action again. Maybe Charlie Cox and Punisher are there as well, and they're all trying to
Hmm.
team up against Hulk, or maybe it's just Punisher and they took him out of the shot. Yeah, it could be anything. It could be fucking
Yeah.
Martin Lee for all we know. It could be Scorpion. We don't know. But I don't. I agree with you. Something is missing from the shot, either on the good side or the bad side. Something
Yeah,
seems a
for
little
sure.
edited out of this shot. So, all right,
Hmm.
I think that's about all we got here. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let us know in the comments. Are you excited for a brand new day? I don't know who wouldn't if you're a Spider-Man fan, because this looks like it's going
Honestly.
to be a really good time. Um, yeah, let us know in the comments what you think. Spider-Man trailer, the Dune trailer, the Maul trailer, all that stuff. Let us know what you think. Shout out to WNRN, of course, as always, and we will see y'all next week.